Well, we're going to stay on this topic for just a moment. We hear so often, if you see something, say something. But what does that really mean? How do we know an unattended duffel bag is anything more than just a bag? Or it could be a bag containing explosives that are set to go off. And in this age of sharing everything on social media, what is just the political ramblings of an upset citizen and what could be read as a real threat? Well, we sought out some more advice on how to tell the difference and what we should do if we see something and believe we ought to say something. In a city like Las Vegas, a vacation destination for more than 40 million people a year, it's perfectly normal to see tourists taking photos of our opulent properties and landmarks. But there are times, even in our photogenic city, when snapping photos can set off alarms to Homeland Security experts. Las Vegas Metro Police Sergeant Ashton Pack is with the Southern Nevada Counterterrorism Center.
When we get concerned as if somebody, it doesn't matter what their ethnicity is, doesn't matter, we never look at the color of skin, we always look at the activity. If someone's in the back of a casino and they're filming or taking pictures of critical infrastructure, such as an air intake valve, that's of concern to us. It might be nothing. They might be an archaeologist or a architect student that studies these things, an engineering student, we've seen this in the past, but they might also be documenting things for nefarious groups that are, pose a threat to our homeland.
In fact, there are 7 signs of terrorism. These are behaviors those who want to harm us are likely to display. Number 1 is what Sergeant Ashton just described, surveillance. Someone showing unusual interest in or documenting entrances, exits, air ducts, or security stations in a building. The second sign is information gathering. This could be someone spending an unusual amount of time observing a venue or building for things like shift changes or security measures.
This might be a suspicious phone call to a business or a government facility asking if they have armed security on scene, asking how many guards are employed there.
Testing security is the third sign.
Someone may try to access the back of City Hall or a casino where it's off access to the general public, it's only for employees, and this could be something such as testing the security there.
Number 4 is acquiring supplies. Now, this is a sign that would be fairly easy to spot even with limited knowledge of ammunition or explosives.
So if you're working in that Home Depot and someone shows, or you're at the Lowe's or the Walmart and someone's buying 7 pressure cookers and ball bearings, we might want to get a phone call on that.
The 5th sign of terrorism is suspicious persons or items, spotting something or someone in an area that just doesn't seem right.
You have suspicious persons and items where maybe someone does drop a bag, and just to probe and see how long it takes security to react to that suspicious or unattended bag that's in the area.
Signs 6 and 7 are exactly what they say, a team or lone wolf conducting a trial run, and then 7 is deploying the act itself.
We often say if they're getting to number 5, that suspicious person in the area or items, leaving items, and we're not capturing that, we're way behind the power curve.
Which is why it's important to be aware of your surroundings and alert authorities of anything suspicious before it becomes an attack or mass shooting. This brings us to a more recent place to detect possible threats of terrorism, social media, and the internet. While people are entitled to freedom of speech, there is a line that is too often crossed by bad players and too often overlooked or ignored by their friends, acquaintances, or family members.
And we are seeing a lot of leakage online by people who are maybe suffering from mental health issues. They have access to powerful weapons, or maybe they're seeking to get access to them, and they're telling people their story online. So if you're that family member, it's sometimes hard to pick up the phone. We would like you to call because we would like to mitigate any threat before they hurt themselves or someone else.
Sergeant Pack says while it may be difficult to turn someone in, keep this in mind. Law enforcement actually has gotten more people out of trouble than in trouble by being able to step in before an act is committed and getting the troubled person needed mental health assistance. The bottom line, according to Sergeant Pack, is if in doubt, make that call. Law enforcement relies on your eyes and ears, but don't let the fear of terrorism control your life.
I mean, at the end of the day, you pay a lot of taxes for a police department that, in my opinion, is the finest law enforcement agency in the country. We've got this. We do require partnership with the community. We can't be everywhere all the time. Don't be afraid to go out and live your life.
If you are ever out and about and you see something that you think looks suspicious, it's always best to err on the side of caution and alert law enforcement. Flag down a police officer or security guard or call 911. Another place you can turn is the Southern Nevada Counterterrorism Center at 702-828-7777, or go to their website, which is snctc.org.